Thank you all for being here. I am pretty much ready. How's the feed? We're about to find out.
Peacock's got Harry Potter.
God damn it. Well, I guess we gotta do this. I had it all set up the proper way. All right. You guys hear me all right? Good to go. All right. Yeah, I had the camera face proper. I don't know what happened, but we're going to have to do it vertical, which I don't like doing, but at least you guys can hear me. Yes, Stephen Wolf dressed up as Officer Dangle and sent me a picture. I wish I could share it with you guys right now. It was hilarious. But at any rate, hello to all of you. I just want to make sure Mark has nitro fever. Yes, I do. I do. They have a 21 Nitro XL at Bass Pro Shops in Springfield that's not available for sale. Evidently, they are toying around with it, and I don't know what that means. Right now, that unit has a bunch of Garmin stuff on it with the Garmin trolling motor. The one that I showed in that picture today with Maggie, that has Lowrance 9-inch live units with the live transducer already mounted on the Lowrance Ghost trolling motor. So it's awesome. Am I going to buy it? I don't know. I was hoping to try and win one here real soon. But we'll get into that in a little bit. I want to say hi to everybody. D-Beck, Steve B, Christopher, Lawrence, Steve Miller, Misty Miller, Mr. Schaefer, David Gray Fishing, Todd Connolly, Larry, Efren. Efren, you're not allowed to win. Lemansky, Mr. Edwards, Joe Thielen. What else we got here? Stephen Wolf, Big Mon, Mr. Roquemore, Gilbert Rodriguez, Steve. What's up in Chicago, everybody? Big Kid, Mr. Plymesser, Preston, Jeff McCain, my mom. Got to go pick up my new boat tomorrow in the rain. It's okay. It won't rain after that. I was kidding, Efren. There's other things you can win. This prop's not going to help you, though. I don't think it'll fit on your boat. According to Jeff McCain, that's all you do is win. He expressed to me earlier today that he was going to change his name to Efren Jeffrey McCain. All right, Andy. All right, so I know, everybody knows they got led here based on the video for this prop. But I got a few other items I'm going to give away tonight as well. And there's a lot to talk about. So you're going to put it on the nitro? I don't know if that's going to help you. It might slow it down a little bit, make it a little more stable. That's right, Misty. Jeff's a whiner. Did you say winner or whiner? Definitely whiner. All right. So, how's everybody doing? I know it's been a minute. I still think we're within a month. I think I did a giveaway I know I did a giveaway in September. I was at Christopher Lawrence's house, which was a great time. And it's a real shame that we could not have that event at Lake Cumberland. It is an awesome fishery, and we need to circle back on that and do that because at least I am. I'm going back. I loved it. I had a great time. Christopher and his wife, they were great hosts, and the fishing was great. Like I said, it's a shame that we couldn't pull that off. I don't know. We need to get better at having events. That's all I can think. Efren, did you see Jeff's new name? I think he thinks that's going to help him win. Now, Jeff, I'm not sure. Anybody that's on here, if you're interested in winning the prop, and I have other things, I got a couple really special things that are not cheap individually, but what it's buffering. That's got to be you. Are we still buffering, you guys? Everybody's leaving. Well, am I back? You a baby T's car now. Now you get to see mine. All right. I'm sorry about this, guys. I mean, you can't tell right now, but there will be a tornado watch here shortly. So, anyway, did anybody watch the video today that I put out about the props? At the very end of the video, there's a fish catch that I want to talk about. And if you haven't seen it, maybe if you have the ability, if you're on a computer, to open up another screen and fast forward to that, I want to talk about that fish catch. It's very important. It has to do big time with the U.S. Open. But let's get back to the. I forgot where I was. This whole skipping but back. I don't know what to do. This is like the prime spot for service at my house. Hi, Allison. You guys are having flash flooding in Illinois? Ouch. At any rate, okay. What I want to do is I want to get back to the giveaway. Number one, we talk about the prop and the other items, and maybe I'll try and do that stuff quickly tonight in case we really have a problem with the weather, because it could go haywire and what is that? We're gonna move around. That's the only thing we can do. I'm gonna put this on the truck for a minute and see if it gets any better. Son of a bitch. How is it now, you guys? I got lots of beer, Gilbert. Got some Blue Moons, got some Fireballs. And if it gets crazy, rum. But I need to get service because this is going to suck. Hang tight, you guys. I'm trying. There's people yelling down the street. How's our feed, you guys? Is it getting better or worse? I got like some options here, but all right. Now, choppy, huh? I think someone's abusing their kids down the street. Everybody's leaving. I'd love to go out on the boat, Joe, but we're supposed to have a tornado. We're still going to figure this out. Here, let's move away. Let's try this. Let's sit here for a second and see if this changes. Yes, Jeff, you have a chance at winning the own your prop that you donated. That would be fantastic, right? Is this better or worse, you guys? Okay. We'll see how long this lasts. The bizarre thing is I could set this all up and it's perfect, and in 3 minutes it'll suck. So anyway, so like I mentioned, the fish catch at the end of that video, does anybody see what happened? Actual topwater catch that might be a little suspicious? God damn it. This is, it's bizarre to me. Some people it looks great and some people it's buffering. Yeah, I mean it looks great right now, but trust me, it's gonna get wild. Okay, if anybody heard that, did anybody notice anything about the fish catch at the end of that video? Hey, go turn off all your internet in the house, please. No, I'm not talking about the snake. I'm talking about at the end of that video about the props, I caught a fish on topwater, but there's something about that catch that's suspicious. And it's very important because of the rules of the US Open and how they're worded. And Todd Connolly is the only one that I know that's fished in this events have different rules. The last qualifier has a different set of rules than they did. Yes, Christopher, that fish was hooked in the top of the head. Now, if you read the rules established for the last chance qualifier, it specifically states, if you're sight fishing, it must be in the mouth. Now, sight fishing, in my opinion, is if you see a fish on a bed and you cast to it and snag it off the bed. That's typically what sight fishing means. Now, maybe somebody has a different opinion, but it's specifically, there's a paragraph about it that talks about if you're sight fishing, it must be in the mouth. It doesn't say if you're doing anything else. So Todd right there says cannot foul hook. I just, it contradicts their wording. I will ask this at the tournament meeting, but in their definition of it, it doesn't say anything about foul hooking for the exception of sight fishing. So we're about to find out. There you go. I mean, and that's why I asked, because in the main, you think that would be a specific right in the rules, because in this paragraph, it also says this will be a polygraph question. So why wouldn't they just say any foul hook fish doesn't count? This will be a polygraph question. It specifically says sight fishing, and fishing in the middle of November, that's typically a spring thing. But anyway, I just thought I'd ask the question and see what you guys thought. Yeah. I will, like I said, I will be asking that question. Hi, Wendy. Secondly, I can't wait for this tournament. I mean, that's all I think about. But you know, there's a big question of do you fish near the area where this is launching, or do you make runs to where you know fish are and sacrifice maybe an hour of time each way to achieve that? Or do you try fishing in the area of the tournament not to put yourself that far away? The payout at the qualifier is $50,000 for first place, and then I think second place is $26,000, and then like it goes down from there. It's like 13, 10, 7, 6, 5. And there's 36 places paid and get to move on to Table Rock in the last chance qualifier. So 36th place pays $300. So you're not getting your money back, but you are getting your ticket punched to the next event, which ultimately is our goal. I just want to qualify. Anything can happen after that. I know winning this whole thing is a pipe dream. Anybody that thinks they're going to win is probably a fool. Now, qualifying is a different story. I think that Steve and I can qualify without a doubt if we kind of stick to the game plan. Yeah, at the last chance qualifier, Todd, it's 36, not 40. Hey, Jay. Yeah, true bred for bass. I mean, you got to get to the big dance to have a chance, though. So I had an interesting day. I haven't been, the cameras are on when this is happening, but I'm not going to show it until after the tournament. I had a really interesting day in a part of the lake that I'm familiar with. I had about 15 pounds in about, now, less than 4 hours. It happened pretty fast. I had 7 pounds of fish in about 15 minutes. And that's 2. I think to qualify, if you look at the weights around the Midwest in the tournaments that have been held, people qualified with a lot less. Todd, what was the winning weight at, what lake did you fish? Old Hickory. There you go. The winning weight where Todd fished was 16 pounds. I had 15 in 4 hours. 3 of the fish were 3-ish plus, and then 2 2-pound spots. Well, bigger than that, actually. 2 of the bass, one was 310, one was 3.6. That was 7 pounds right there. And then a 3.2 smallmouth, and then 2 spots over 2. So whatever that works out to, around 15, could be 14, I don't know. But if we could pull that off, and I think we'd be in good shape. And like I said, you know, winning, I'm not thinking of winning, I'm thinking of qualifying, but winning would be nice. I don't know if Steve shares that same feeling. November 17th is the tournament. And then, so how it's going to work is there's an off limits on the weekend before the tournament. So the 13th and 14th, you cannot fish at Bull Shoals. Monday, Tuesday, there will be a meeting, I'm told. I haven't got any indication of that, which there will be one. I just haven't been notified. All this information I got from Todd. He's been a wealth of information regarding this, and I appreciate it because it's kind of generic. We were notified by a very short email that said, congratulations, you know, you've been selected. And that was pretty much it. I emailed the guy back, and I'm like, is this the official, like, you've been selected? And he's like, yes. It was very brief. So like I said, Monday, Tuesday, so the 15th and 16th will be practice days and a meeting. So I don't know how that all is going to work. If the meeting's in the morning on Monday. I was told the meeting for the Arizona event that was October 2nd was held the day before the event, but there's a caveat there. They actually had an event in Arizona earlier in the year, actually Las Vegas, that was canceled because of weather. And they redid the tournament at Lake Havasu instead of Lake Mead. My boat. Hey, Randall. Yeah, we, Steve and I have been putting a lot of thought into this. Trying not to overthink it. I think you can get in a lot of trouble doing that. But the fish are biting here. What I've noticed, well, I'm not even going to say it, but I can tell you there's certain parts of the lake that they're not biting, and there are certain parts that are hot. Let's go, Brandon. FJB. I thought about doing an FJB hat for the tournament that looks very similar to the MJB hat. I just don't know if that would be frowned upon. In the rules, it talks about not doing anything to disparage Toyota or Bass Pro Shops. Yeah, how many teams were picked? In Todd's event, 250. Now, I have seen placement in other events that did not have 250 boats. I forget which event. Steve took pictures of all the payouts and sent it to me. I want to say it was Arizona. And they did not have 250 boats. It was less than that. It was 200 or less. So maybe they just didn't get enough interest in that. Now, there was a guy, a subscriber, that posted on my video that he did not get in and not notified by the 12th, but a couple days later got a phone call asking if he wanted to be in. So they might have had people back out, or they didn't have the 250 or whatever the number is they're looking for this event. Random. It was random. According to everything that I've heard, it's a random draw, and you basically, you put up your money, your information, your partner's information, and like 5 days later, they emailed me on like a Sunday at like in the morning. I was down in Arkansas fishing when I found out. So the random draw, there's something I really want to talk about, but I can't. I will talk about it after the tournament. Oh, the boat numbers as far as how you go out. Yeah, I'm going to defer to Todd on all of this because they don't tell you that. All I have is a confirmation that Steve and I are in. I don't know anything else that's happening other than what Todd has mentioned. Off lake times, that's in the rules, and I want to say the Saturday and Sunday before are off limits, and there's other things that go along with that. Like if Jeff McCain went out there and fished on those days and then called me and said, hey, I caught a bunch of 5-pounders in this area, that's illegal. And if you get polygraphed and they catch you, that's a big problem. And not just your reputation, but it could be a legal problem. So I'll be going dark that weekend. I'm not talking to anybody that has anything to do with fishing. I don't want to put myself or Steve in a position to screw this up. There you go. So whenever this meeting happens, Monday, Tuesday, when was your meeting, Todd? Was it the day before or the first day of practice? I forgot to ask you, I believe. So there you go. We'll have a practice day that, oh, and so Todd, is that the day that you get your swag bag and everything, or is Monday that day? Okay. So it sounds like Monday you can go fish. I don't know that you're going to see anybody. There's probably people around, I would imagine. They're setting up or whatnot, but no, Jeffrey Efren, no. I'm not answering the phone. I promise you, I will not answer the phone if you call me before the tournament. Something else I don't know, but I have a gut feeling. So, and I found this out when we had our tournament in May. So when you have an event on any of the Missouri lakes, you have to put in what's called a regatta permit with the Missouri Highway Patrol, being that they handle the traffic on the lake. And as well as make the Corps of Engineers aware. Well, if you have your event at the state park, apparently they run under a different umbrella. They're supposed to tell the Corps, they're supposed to tell the Highway Patrol, but in a lot of cases they don't. So I went on there. I'm trying to find out where this tournament's going to launch from at Table Rock, and there's no information about it. Just says Table Rock Lake. Well, there's supposed to be roughly 340 or 50 boats at the final. There's only a couple places that could handle that volume, and the state park is one of them. And that is on the far east side of the lake. So in my mind, if I were to go practice at Table Rock, I probably want to stay east. You know, and a lot of it's the handicap of the boat. It's a 40 horsepower. We're going to go 30-ish miles an hour. That's as fast as we can go. Everybody else is going to probably be in the 50 to 75 range. Apparently, a couple Sun Tracker pontoons have qualified that I know of. So they might be in the same boat as us. They might have more horsepower and be faster. But, you know, you got to think about that a lot in these tournaments where you're limited, you know, and you also got to pay attention at this takeoff thing. And I don't know how Todd's launch went, but I believe he told me they were like letting 50 boats at a time go. Well, if you're all lined up and there's 10 guys in front of you with 200 plus horsepower and 10 guys in front of you, whatever, both ways, the minute you get out in that open water, everybody spreads out and hauls ass. I've been in tournaments, I've dealt with this, but I've also been in bigger boats. I think the move is to just get out of the way. Let them take off. They'll be gone in seconds. I can attest to Christopher Lawrence's boat does about 60 miles an hour and it happens really fast. So I think the smart move in a little boat is to just mind your P's and Q's, let the big boats take off, and then go do your thing. I agree for you, Matt. I agree with you, Matt. And that's why I don't want to put myself in a position to even be nervous for that. Yeah, Todd, what I read was first and second are mandatory polygraphs and then random throughout the next 36 places. So, you know, you just do the right thing. I will have cameras on the entire time to cover my ass. And you do the right thing. You know, if you foul hook a fish, you foul hook it, you throw it back. It's the last thing that I and Steve want to do is disrupt a decent or good reputation in the fishing community about lying in a fishing tournament. That is not the right thing. That's not what we're looking for. I have some Fireball. We seem to have decent service right here, so I'm just gonna leave this here. I'm gonna go grab some Fireball. It's 20 feet away. And the stuff I'm gonna give away, I'm gonna bring it all out here and throw it on Baby T's car. Okay. I got the props. I wanna show you that too. One more trip. Yeah. Huh? A what? I don't have one. I don't know where it is. Let's worry about that tomorrow.
I know, but Mom needs a flashlight.
I'd like to I would like to thank Fireball, by the way. But here, real quick, you guys. Christina Connolly says, hi, Maggie. She's looking for a flashlight. She got a new bike, so I think she wants to like tape one to the handlebars. It's getting a little dark here. But at any rate, Crocs or flip-flops? Flip-flops.
Crocs.
Maggie says Crocs. I'm a and I'm very specific about my flip-flops. They need to be the reefs with the bottle opener on the bottom of them. Mosquitoes are out. Can you bring me some bug spray? It's under the seat of the boat in the driver's seat. That flashlight doesn't work. Oh, well, it kind of works. All right. Here. So, not only the props, I'm giving away one of those, not both of them, or I'd have a serious problem. I got a little topwater assortment by Arbogast. Got a couple jitterbugs and a hula popper. We also got the triple threat by Head On. These are all propeller baits. And I also have a couple of my lures made by Shanka Lures. So if you guys don't win one of these tonight, and I'm telling you guys right now, that could be very valuable in the upcoming weeks. Right here, this guy. Now, if you don't win one and you want one, talk to Steve or Misty Miller at Shanka Lures about them. They make all styles. This particular one is a chugger style. These are brand new. I've never used these, but I have used both of these and they both catch fish. This one is my favorite. But I've been getting into the chugger, and I have several different colors of these. And from a 6-inch the thing is completely chartreuse. The fish love it. I found that out last week. Not here. It was a different lake. It's underneath my seat of my boat, the driver's seat. Oh, go look. Find it, Buggy. Oh, it's on top of the. Do you see the top shelf in the garage? It's that green bottle up there. Is it okay to still smack your kids around? Maggie? I guess not. It depends. I mean, it all depends on the temperature of the lake. The lake's been bouncing around 70 degrees depending on what time of day. And if the weathermen are right and things are the way they were last year, that time of year, I was wearing shorts. So I'm not going to tell anybody what I'm going to do, but I can tell you right now, if the water's between 60 and 66 degrees, which is probably where it should be, it will be on. Several techniques will work. That's the slot that you want to be in this lake is 60 to 66 degrees. Yeah, keep throwing that spook. You will find the big ones. And okay, so I do have this big light, but I'm going to show you these props before it gets too dark. This is my original, and you can see how chappy it is. I mean, I'm missing paint. I tend to fish in extremely shallow water, and I mean, this one's got a good nick in it. So having an extra prop is important. And for those of you that watched that video today, there was no performance difference between the Spitfire or whatever it came with. I think it's a Spitfire. I forget. Black Max. Sorry, Black Max. Performance-wise, absolutely the same. What I can tell you is whoever wins this, in the video, I made that before I went fishing. So that day, I said I believe I was going to put it on for 2 minutes and take it off. I did not do that. I used it all day. And my bad, but there's no damage done to it. There is some paint loss, like little white spots where paint may have come off. I don't know if you can see that. It's pretty new. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no damage. I copy that, Todd. Big Kid, I can tell you right now, I have caught fish from sun up to sundown in 100-degree weather out here. What you want to do is find shade, find structure, bushes, sticks sticking out of the water, laydowns, boulders that you know they're right under the water. Babe, could you please grab me that bug spray up on the top shelf? Mm-hmm. Maggie refuses to.
I can't grab it.
Those are, as far as spooks go, that's what you're looking for. I would stay away from grass and lily pads. You're just gonna get hung up. Unless you're fishing on the edge of them. If you can control that and fish the edge lines of those, you're gonna do well. It just depends on your water. I've had success on this lake in every kind of situation. We don't have grass in the water here and no real vegetation unless the lake's up and there's bushes that were out of the water that are now in the water. But you don't see a lot of that here. My lake is very similar to like Lake Cumberland where Christopher lives. It's pretty much the same thing. A lot of ledge fishing. What you'll have is like one side will be cliffs with ledges and the other side will be a gradual slope with rocks. So, and that's pretty indicative of the 82-mile stretch of this lake. Big Kid too, to add to that, I've gone out here and thrown a spook for 8 hours straight. And fishing and just trying to find out how they want it. And I've caught them in all situations. About the only thing I haven't done is catch them in 30 foot of water on a spook, which people do it. I just haven't. Look at that, a veteran's discount in November. Oh, Bass Pro Shops, of course, doesn't pay me, but I did see an interesting thing. If any of you don't have a boat, they're giving away one of these Tractor XLs to a veteran in the state of Missouri only. I highly suggest you find that link and apply. I think you have to make a video and tell them why you like fishing, and you have an opportunity to win a boat. And it's about a $17,000 value in today's market. So if you don't have one and you want one, it's a good way. Why not try? The Dirty Wizard's here. All right. For those of you that don't know, Nieper Black down here. Nieper Black, aka the Dirty Wizard, was probably the best net man in Arizona. I'm glad he's here. And then Brian's here. Brian, for you that remember, we took the boat out in the dark and Brian jumped in the lake with the life vest on. And I forget who said it, but somebody called him Puddin' Belly. That was funny because if anybody's be Puddin' Belly in the boat that night, it's probably me. Brian's far from Puddin' Belly. All right, let's give something away. Let's get right into it. We're going to give away the Arbagas topwater kit. And we're going to do that right now. I'm going to give you guys a second, though. So if there's 45 of you on here. I don't know if all of you, if you're interested in winning, the video that brought you here, the giveaway video that's about 3 minutes long. If you didn't like and comment on that, you can't win. So I'll give you just a minute to do that, and we'll move forward. Yeah, there's 47 people online right now, and I have 44 unique comments on the random comment picker. There's 45 of you, so I'm gonna give the Arbogast away right now. Jeffrey Efren McCain, you have won a topwater package. I don't want to hear any more whining that Efren gets favoritism. Congratulations, Jeff. Look at that. Jeff McCain, I mean, this is a big night for you, I know. I don't want the comments. You got to go in and change your name in YouTube to, it would be Joe Efren Thielen. So Jeff won that guy. Jeff, I will meet up with you and give you that. We're going to get into something about the Tarova here in a minute that I think everybody needs to be aware of. Everybody. There is an issue with it, and it's not the Tarova itself. But let me finish this up, and then we'll get back to that. Damn. The Tarova is a game changer. The people that have them, I don't think anybody's going to say it's not. It is a game changer, but it comes at a cost. And I need to rethink a lot about what's happening. I want to show you guys. I'm kind of afraid to move the phone. I don't want to screw this up. So, next Sunday, there will be a video. So you're gonna have to wait a week. But yeah. Yeah, there's Skeetos here. and it's pretty humid right now. I'm sure it's because of this impending storm that's moving through. It was cool yesterday. It's warm today, and I think we're gonna have one of these problems. That hoping for no tornado. I hope the myth is true that if you live surrounded by water, it's less of a chance. Thank you, Brian. I really appreciate that. You guys know that I don't make a big deal about them. All the money basically back. Yeah, I don't really get to keep the money I give you guys, and the monetization is down, partly because of me not making videos, but I have been like I said, I've been hyper focused on going fishing, and you know, it's no excuse. I owe it to you guys that are I respect every one of you for your faithfulness in being part of this channel. So there are several videos coming out. I'm doing a modification tomorrow. We have a problem with the throttle that I got to take the boat apart for. I'll show you that. Some more boat stuff. I know a lot of people like the boat stuff, and I now have some important boat stuff that I need to share with you guys. What's up with the Tarova? Nothing. Tarova's great. All right, I'll give you a little, just a little piece. I have a 12-inch split between the top plate and the hull of the boat. Like a lot of people that put the Tarova or the Altera on their boats. It's about that long. Clean split in the weld. Being that I put that motor on there and not Tracker, I'm almost 1,000% sure I avoided the warranty and any work that might become of that. So thankfully, and here's the other part of it. I have a tournament in 22 days, big one, and anybody that knows taking your boat to Bass Pro Shops for something of that magnitude is going to set you back. You're not going to have your boat in time. I'm not even going to bother calling them. There's a gentleman at the welding shop at the theme park, Steven. Theme park's going great. That's going to weld it for me next Saturday. It's going to fix it. So the one thing that I can say is I don't think it matters. The way that you have to mount this motor to the boat, it has to be up in the front, because when it turns down over the boat, you literally have like this much room, and that's as far back as I can put it. So you're putting a ton of stress on the front plate of that boat, a ton. And I support the head of my motor. So it came apart. I have the 55. It doesn't need to be any bigger. People do it, and that's fine. It costs more, but the 55 pushed this boat about 2.5 miles an hour top speed. I have never had a need to go any faster than that with that motor in this, and I fish in all kinds of weather. You get over 20 miles an hour, 25 miles an hour in this boat, and I don't care what you have on it, you're gonna have a hard time controlling it. It's the boat, it's not the motor. The boat is flat, and as the wind pushes it, you're just gonna spin around in a circle. No, there's no supports. Doesn't matter. Mine is on the center, Matt. Mine is about 3 inches off center. So And like I said, it has to be mounted. You can't mount it back any further. If you do, it won't open up and go down. There will be a full video on all of this. I'm going to make a video showing the crack, how I mounted it, and the welding process, which will happen next Saturday. But it is what it is. And I'm not the first person. A lot of people have had this problem, specifically with an Altera or a Tarova, basically because of how it deploys and where it has to be. Yeah, it's a very thin, there's no support. It's a very thin piece of aluminum that plate is on. Now, the Edge, the Maxim, and the Tarova have a different mounting style, and people that it's long, it takes up the whole thing, and it doesn't require you to be sitting right on the end of that where you're going to have this basically push and pull on it the entire time. So if you're in speed 10 and you hit that, every time you do that, it's putting stress on it. And also when you're driving, and all kinds of things play into factor. But bottom line is the way that you have to mount these particular trolling motors and where you do it, it's a recipe for disaster. And I didn't know, what was it, 2 nights ago I noticed it, and I've had that on there for 2 years now, and it just finally happened to me. And there's been people that had them on a lot less that it happened to them. I'm guessing it happened to me. I was down in Arkansas about a week and a half ago in some big 20-mile-an-hour wind, 4-foot swells, and I was running it, bashing every wave that was in my way. I was trying to get out of there. The weather was getting worse and worse and worse. And 30 miles an hour and 4-foot swells probably took its toll. Yes, I have the quick release. The MK, I think it's the Minn Kota MK21 bracket. I do have that. I'm thinking about making a plate, basically straps on the underside when I go to reinstall this. Basically drilling holes through it and have those straps go as wide as I can. And when I refasten everything down, it'll give it some rigidity underneath that you don't have. It's just a thought I'm having. Rather than, I mean, I got big fender washers in there, big ones. And I don't know if it's enough. I'm definitely not going to peel the whole top off because that could open up a whole nother can of worms. So, you know, we'll find out Saturday. Hi, Marsh. Yes, I do. I've had a stabilizer since the second week I've had that trolling motor on the boat. There was a video I did in Arizona right when I got this motor. I was going in the 20s, not real fast, but I hit some wakeboard waves, and that thing deployed on itself. And when it did, I thought the whole thing was going to bust off and go to the bottom of the lake. And immediately I went home and I had some Scotty mount stuff that I wasn't using, and it's supported very well. Very well. So I think it was just so much pressure and, you know, pressure release over time that caused this on my end. I know people that it's happened to were not supporting the head of their motor, which that thing is gonna flex and bounce around. If you don't do that, you're asking for real trouble, not only with your boat, but the trolling motor. And these things are not cheap. So you want to take care of them. You know, and me more than anybody, I don't think there's anything I could have done differently to stop this. No, you're not too late. I've only given away one thing, and Jeff McCain won. So, yeah, I finally had to replace both of my batteries as well. 3.5 years into it, they both just died within a few months of each other, and I opted for the Walmart batteries, the EverStart marine batteries, basically because the warranty. And they work great. I've had no issues with my batteries. Mine's the 45, yes. 45, 55. With the foot pedal and the remote control. But I'll tell you, 2 years ago, these were cheaper. I don't know if the Tracker family changed the rate of price for these because it's hard to find them. And, you know, they sold a lot of them, but I want to say I paid about $1,300-ish for mine. And I think they're more than that now, especially if you want the remote and the foot pedal. That's what I'm doing, Matt. I don't know if you heard that, but I'm thinking about doing some straps underneath, metal, you know, straps. And if I could get the welder, I might see if the welder can pull this off, but basically building the nuts into that strap instead of having everything separate, have like basically a 2-inch by maybe even a 1/4-inch steel, about however long it needs to be. It can't be that long because you don't have a lot of room up front, but it could be 16 inches long going back towards the driver's side of the boat. And then have nut plates, not nut plates, but I want to weld in nuts that are it's all one piece, and do one on the front and one on the back of that mounting bracket and cover as much of that as you can. That might help. I'll ask him. I mean, he's the welder, and aluminum is his specialty. So I'm just guessing. I'm hoping for a better solution. All right. Let's give away these head-on triple threat propeller baits. I'm going to go here, and again, I'm going to check the YouTube comments. We have 48 now, 48 unique commenters. Remember, you got to be online to win. If you're not online, we're going to redraw. Oh, where is it? All right. This is for the torpedo baits. Ralph Slayton. Is Ralph Slayton online? Ralph? I think we need to have some beer and a shot of Fireball. Congratulations, Ralph, on your torpedo baits. Do me a favor, though, and email me at mjbfishingllc@gmail.com. Your address, please. Even if I've got it before, I lost a lot of stuff, which I was going to tell you guys about here in a second. I was this close to buying a new computer about a week and a half ago. My Apple Imac crashed with everything recent on it. My trip to Lake Cumberland, when Brian Lyons came to visit here, Bob Mustafa, when he visited, there was incredible footage of their visits, and it's gone. So I fought for a week with my computer. I was able to finally get it resolved, but at the cost of losing all of that footage. And it's the second time I've had this happen. Once on a hard drive and once on a computer. And I will be solving this issue. I bought it's coming, but a 5 terabyte hard drive that everything will go onto. My computer has a giant hard drive. I think when this computer was new, it was about $4,500. And that was why it was kind of hard to scrap it. So anyway, lesson learned. You're gonna be doing better with footage. How do you win? You go to the 3-minute video about this giveaway and you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And you have as good a chance as any of the other 47 people on here. Actually 46. Jeff already won tonight. Ralph won. So you have a 1 in 45 chance of winning. I think it's something to pay attention to, Preston. I really do. I'm not the first person. After all this time, I thought I was in the clear. I thought maybe I had good welds, or it might not even be the fact that they're bad welds. It could just be the stress that happens having something that heavy on that part of the boat. And like I said, when it's deployed and you're moving around, every time you hit that thrust button, it's lifting. And anybody that has, and it does it to any trolling motor, but most trolling motors aren't mounted this close to the end of that top plate. If I come up with a legitimate fix for this that it creates more support, I will definitely share it with you guys. I think it's worth sharing. I think it's very important because I think it could happen. And it also probably depends on how often you use your boat. Oh, there's a spider on the camera. Oh, he's on the black spook. Get away. Oh, there's something. Okay, he's done. At any rate, I did. I put that spider in its place, Christopher. But like I said, if I come up with a solution that maybe makes it better, I will definitely tell you guys. But right now, until the welder gets a look at it and decides, what the best course of action is, I don't know. No, I'm not eating that. I did get bit by a brown recluse a few months ago. That sucked. It's still healing. Right here. No bueno. Jay, I don't know. I haven't heard of anybody. I don't know of anybody anyway that's happened to with that boat. But I also believe the way that top plate and how the hull and stuff join together on those boats is different. So that might make a huge difference. I don't know. Yes, I have heard about the new in your rig worm, from Japan. Yes, I have heard about it. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it. Maybe I won't. I'll let you guys know after the tournament. There was a guy that had I believe it was a Heritage, Tommy GTZ. I don't know if you guys know him. He just had this happen to his boat right before he was selling it. And he was waiting on Bass Pro Shops' determination to see what he was asking. I reached out to him. I haven't heard back. So I don't know what happened there. I do know, like Christopher Lawrence, he picked up a nitro, smoking deal on a nitro. So kudos to you guys that have moved on and moved up. I'll get there. All right. Matt, Cigar for Rod, could not be with us tonight, but he did ask that I had a shot of Fireball in his honor. So, cheers, Matt. Yes, I do have a truck, Jeff. I love my truck. It's a great truck. This is a big shot glass, B-man. This is, I think this is 2.5 shots when it's full. Preston, trust me. Get in touch with Steve Miller and pick yourself up one of these. It'll change your life. Change mine. Hey, Scott, how you doing? In fact, listen, Scott, I'm going to give one of these away right now. I only have one of these white ones to give away. This is my bread and butter. So, good luck. Hello, Paul. Hold on here. Let's check the, see if anybody else signed up. We got 49 unique commenters. Thank you guys all again for being here. This is for my Spook Edition made by Shanka Lures, aka Steve Miller. Can you guys see that? Hold on. Glenn Edwards. Glenn Edwards has won one of my signature lures made by Steve Miller. Like I said, it's a life changer. Are you on, Glenn? I'm just double checking. Don't fret though. I have one more signature lure to give away. Fitting in that it's black and you can't see it. But it's black with the red eyes. I don't know if I'm... Oh, look at that. All right, Glenn, congratulations. Email me at mjbfishingllc@gmail.com. Your address, please. Congratulations. Excuse me. Congratulations. And please put in there that you won the white spook. All right. Got one more of those to give away, and then we'll get on to the prop. I was trying to think. Yeah, another side note about, your boat and your trailer. And this is not a dig at all. So Christopher, don't get mad at me. So the last giveaway, I don't know if it was the last one or the one before, I forget. But Christopher and I were on the way back from Lake Cumberland back to his house, and we had a flat tire on the trailer. And I'll tell you, I'm guilty. Christopher had a spare, but we didn't have a way to take it on and off. Didn't have the right wrenches, right lug. And we had his neighbor come and save the day and, got us what we needed, and we were on our way. But I think it's real important for me, where I go to the lake, it's not a big deal. But the minute I leave the neighborhood, I bring my spare tire. I have a little tote that's got a floor jack in it. It's got jack stands. I got some wood in case it's not level. And I have sockets and an impact that fit my lugs, which when I was in Arizona, it was 2 hours each way to the lake. And, you're in that kind of temperature. Yeah, there's a lot that could go on that could pop your tire. And there were days where I didn't bring that stuff, and it's foolish. When you leave your house, I think the most important thing you can bring with you, besides the key to your boat and the plug, is a way to fix your tires. Because if you're not, and you're in the middle of nowhere, it could be a real problem. I'm not familiar with the boat to trailer project. Fill me in. I don't know what that is. No, and they sell this exact spare and rim at Walmart. It's like $70. It's worth every dollar. Like, before you buy another rod and reel or more lures, buy a spare tire and a way to make sure you can get it on and off without it being a hassle. Baby T had given me that floor jack and jack stands at Christmas, I think before I even had the boat, basically so I could change our oil. But I now use it on boat trips. I've never had to use it, but there will come a day. It's not a matter of if, but when. Las Vegas. I heard Lake Mead's running out of water, Steve. Glenn, it's mjbfishingllc@gmail.com. M as in Mark, J as in James, B as in Blackstock. Matt, I use biggest fender washer I could put. They're like 2-inch fender washers. They're big. I don't think that had anything to do with it. I think it's just that like I said, that pressure, when you, and next time you guys are out on the water and you hit that thrust button, put it on 10 and watch what happens. Just stare at it and watch it. It doesn't matter what motor you have. What happens is there's this lift. And when you do that enough, and I mean, I'm telling you, since I've moved here, I have probably fished in this lake more than anybody that I can think of. For 6 months, I was out there 5 days a week. The other 6-7 months, it was 3 days a week. And that just equates to more abuse on the boat. Are you talking about the Drado latch? That's an expensive little item that people crow about it, but I've never had an issue launching, retrieving my boat, whether it be myself or Baby T backing me into the lake. I've never had a use for it. For me, that's an expense I would rather put into something else for the boat, whether it be a rod and reel or anything else. For me, that's just my opinion. So I'm not trying to sway people from not doing those things, but landing the boat, putting it on the trailer, for me, it's been a non-issue, and it's just something I wouldn't spend my money on. Bolts for what, Randall? In the motor, definitely metric. And there's not really any bolts anywhere else. The trailer, I believe, are SAE. Other than that, I mean, I'm looking at it. There's no other bolts. A lot of pop rivets. A lot. On the Terova, it's been 2 years, and I honestly forget if those were metric, but maybe somebody that has one that installed it real recently could break that down. Yeah. A few other things I forgot to mention. If you go on a long trip, and I'm not talking 2 hours, I'm talking 1,000 miles, bring a grease gun. Have a grease gun with you. It wouldn't hurt to grease your hubs, when you get there and when you get home. 1,000 miles is a lot. I haven't put a lot of miles on my trailer since I moved here over a year ago. But before that, I put about 28,000 miles on that trailer with the original tires. And they still have the little rubber beads hanging off the side. But I saw something recently. Somebody asked on one of the pages that they wanted to upgrade to like a triple leaf spring on this boat. There's another thing I wouldn't spend money on. I can tell you right now, if you keep the hubs greased and you are diligent about paying attention to your tires, you don't need triple leaf springs on a boat that weighs very little. I mean, and the first year I owned this, I towed it around with a front wheel drive Chevy Equinox, and it didn't even know it was there. To buy triple leaf springs for this, there's another thing that you could buy a really nice rod and reel instead. Preston, it's okay. You know, in Arizona, wherever I launched the boat, there was always a dock. So it was, you know, back up, get it off the trailer, park it at the dock, and go. At my house, there's no dock. So it's very similar. You back it off the trailer, you beach it, you park the truck, and you get in your boat and go. I've never had an issue with wind. And, you know, a lot of people have put those guides on the back of their boat. They fashion them themselves with PVC, or you can buy them. It gets windy out here, but again, I still haven't had an issue with that. That's a preference thing. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I think that if you think you're going to have trouble putting your boat on the trailer, those guides might be a good idea. No, Ralph, my bunks are 100% good. I check them all the time. Because of the stories I've seen and heard about rotting bunks. I will say, when I went to New York, from Tucson to New York and back with the boat, which was roughly the way I did it, about 8,000 miles. I didn't go in a straight line. I was all over the country. When I got home, the bunks used to stick out about 4 inches or 3 inches past the stern of the boat. And what happened was it dug a hole in the carpet, and you could see the wood. I took it to Bass Pro Shops in Mesa, and they had it for, I don't know, 6 hours. And what they did was they recarpeted both bunks, and they took about 5 inches off of it. So now when the boat's on the trailer, the bunk is about that far underneath the boat. It doesn't stick out anymore. So it never has a chance to pinch the bunk. I thought that was a good fix. I've never had an issue. And one other thing, I think that, and I don't know everybody's situation, but I did live in Arizona. It's dry. My boat was always indoors, and it is still to this day in the garage. And I think that helps a lot. If you live in a moist environment and you park your boat outside and it's wet and it stays wet, you're going to see more deterioration. And I think that's something you can't get around unless you can put it inside. Red and tacky. Jim Matthews said it. I use red and tacky. Lucas Oil, absolutely. You know, I know everybody doesn't have the option to park in a garage. I mean, I sacrifice not parking cars in the garage for the $10,000 boat. Yeah, that's the other thing. If your trailer is under warranty, by all means, take advantage of that. Don't put it on yourself. Make them fix it. If they don't, tell me about it. I will definitely make a big stink on the internet. We're going to try, Matt. We've definitely been putting a lot of time in, and just because of, the weather can change between October and November, we're not pinned down to a spot or an area. We're keeping our options open. We know a lot of the lake. And when it comes practice time, Monday and Tuesday before the event, we're going to fish those areas and see what's really going on. And the week before, I will be in Seattle. I won't get to practice before the basically the off limits time. I will be in November 6th through 9th. I'm going up there to a funeral for a dear friend of mine. And I think I'm going to try and fish with his son out at Lake Stevens. He's a big trout guy. So look for that. I will definitely go live for that. He's like a brother to me. So we will definitely be live if we can make it on the lake. It just depends on time and weather. It's Seattle, so it could be pouring down rain. Let's give away this black spook. Did we give this away? Ralph, Jeff, Glenn. No, we haven't. So we're going to give it away. All that practice on Taneycomo, you should be a pro by now. I know I can catch trout on Taneycomo. I learned. I'm not going to touch Taneycomo until after this tournament. If I practice at all, it's going to be here or at Table Rock in anticipation of qualifying. I don't know if all of you were on here. Yeah, okay. So, like I said, I'll be practicing at Table Rock if I'm not here. It makes sense. But Matt, there's a big difference, a huge difference between 30, 32 miles an hour and or 36 for some of us that have the 50 horsepower editions. There's a huge difference between that and 60 plus miles an hour, even 50. It's not everybody should have a boat that powerful. That's a gospel. Bad things can happen when you're going that fast. Thank you, Gizmo. Yeah, that boat I was looking at today will do 70 all day long. And, you know, you ask yourself the whole time, do you need to go 70? No. I mean, I've been very successful going 32. So, they named a lake after you, Steve? Oh, Lake Las Vegas? All right. Let's give this MJB edition black spook away again. Fashioned by Steve Miller at Shonka Lures. We still have 49 unique commenters. Okay, here we go. This is for the black chugger, actually. Dottie Schaefer. Is Dottie Schaefer online? We'll give Dottie a minute to respond. I'm going to fire up some Fireball. Don't forget, we still got that prop to give away. Congratulations, Dottie. Please email me at mjbfishingllc@gmail.com your address. Congratulations, and thank you for being here. Do any of you I know Larry McBride lives in Diamond City area. I don't know if he's online tonight. Do any of you guys live in the mid-north side of Arkansas, anywhere near the bottom of Bull Shoals Lake there? Yeah, especially at the gas prices right now, James. Gas is crazy. We're lucky down here. I went to Sam's Club after going to Bass Pro Shops this morning, pick up some things, and I needed to go to Academy Sports next door. And gas was $2.56 a gallon, which I can't complain about that after seeing what everybody else is paying around the country. Preston, the makers of those spooks are online with us right now. Steve Miller or Misty Miller can help you with that. They are here. Yeah, if you want to see people drive boats like idiots, just go watch like idiots driving boats at Lake of the Ozarks. That's what kept me from buying a house there. I thought long and hard I wanted to be there, and after I witnessed a July 4th there, no way in hell. Steve or Misty, Preston would like to talk to you about the MJB spooks. $360 in Western Washington. So premium. So Baby T's car takes premium at Sam's Club. That was $296. At the top of the hill here by my house, about 5 minutes away, regular 87's $299 and non-ethanol 91 is $359. There you go, Misty. Thank you. Yeah, Costco was 1 or 2 cents more than Sam's Club up here today, so that's why, and it's kind of out of the way. So we went to Sam's Club, but either way, I'm not going to split hairs about a couple cents. And there's people out there, that will do some dumb stuff. Like they'll drive 10, 15 miles out of their way to save a penny per gallon, which that is bad math. Don't do that. Wendy, how much is gas in San Diego? Cheers. $4.40. Whew. Good thing you have a Subaru. No, Steven. I did not let the armorer touch this prop. This has been cleared. We're good to go. I promise. Thank you, Misty and Steve, for that benefit. That helps a lot. There's lightning off in the distance. I got something in my eye. Ouch. How much is gas in Mexico, Wendy? Are they experiencing the same price hikes that we are? Gas hit $5 a gallon? Oh. Yeah, pretty much Branson prices, Todd. $2.99. So gas, you will see a dip in gas here after the new year. January and February are kind of like the down months in Branson. You know, stuff will get cheaper because nobody's here, but they prey on tourists here. That's just the way it is. Storms, that must be why I'm seeing flashes. Jim, are you and Becky having a good time traveling? I saw your pictures on the ocean. That was awesome. For you guys that don't know, I got a chance to spend not one, but 2 meals with Jim and Becky here in Branson. We had dinner at Waxy O'Shea's, which is where we had the meetup for the tournament in May. That was a good time. And then a couple days later, they came out to Silver Dollar City and we had lunch at the park. That was great. Good to see them. I hope you guys are having a good trip, Jim. Uh-oh. I definitely heard thunder. I saw lightning. 25% off. That's a good deal. Okay, let's talk about Panoptix. So, I'm probably not buying a nitro bass boat this year. In fact, I'm not. Unless something miraculous happens on November 21st, which they'll give me one. Thank you for that update, Jeff. I can see it coming. The air's changing. It's getting cooler, and you can tell things are changing. I've been kicking around the idea of buying Panoptix. It's $1,500 unless you wait for the sale at Black Friday, which should be around $12 to $12.99. It's a lot of money for a video game. I'd probably be buying one already if I wasn't feeling the confidence I do out here. I feel like I'm catching, the bulk of my fish are bigger, and I don't crappie fish, which I think that would be the ultimate tool if you were fishing to eat. My question is, do I wait? I've been hearing a lot of good things about the new Lowrance, that live target system. I can't smell the rain yet. It rained like hell here about an hour before this thing, and the ground's still wet, but it rained. Does anybody have any opinions on the new Lowrance stuff? I've personally, I have an older Lowrance Elite TI, 9-inch. It's not capable of running that live stuff, but really seriously thinking about buying one. If not another Garmin when they come. Typically the Garmins and the Lowrances are $5.99 for a 9-inch at Black Friday specials. Maybe just stay with Lowrance and add the Panoptix to it when it drops in price a little bit. I've only had experience on one boat with it, and I can tell you it works. I watched a fish, I threw my lure at it, and it ate it. It was kind of neat, but is it worth $1,300? That's the big question. Christopher, did you upgrade your electronics yet? Oh, James, the week before Thanksgiving, you're going to see Lowrance and Garmin units for $5.99. It's happened consistently the last 3 years. And the Panoptix was on sale. I think it was $12.99 last year, or $1,200 from $14.99. That carbon for $1,500 ain't bad. Can that support live target? Yeah, and there's the other part about these electronics. They lie. they all lie. But there is some truth to these live units. I would love to see, I've never been on a boat that had the Humminbird, the 360, but a lot of pros have it. What you're starting to see too is a lot of pros that were brand loyal now have them all. They'll have a Garmin, they'll have a Lowrance, they'll have a Humminbird that all do different live stuff. So if that's kind of speaks volumes to me that there's not really brand loyalty unless they're the high paid guys like an Iconelli, Van Dam, Jacob Wheeler. And I think even Wheeler has multiple brands on his boat. It's starting to rain. So, it's definitely starting to rain. Let's give away this prop, you guys. This prop, from what I understand, I believe it works on a 25 to 75 horsepower Mercury. What I do know for a fact is it works on a 40 or a 50 horse and even the 60. 2018 and newer for sure. So this will fit a Heritage, a Classic XL, and so on. But you will get the prop in the original box with the nut and the retaining washer or clip that you put on before you put on the nut, and you got to fold the tabs up. It basically is plug and play. Anyway, I hope whoever wins this can use it. If you can't use it, maybe you defer it to somebody that can. It's up to you. I'm just suggesting it. Just a thought. I need another beer. We should probably have a little sniff of Fireball before this big giveaway. Yeah, Jeff, there will be a hub behind. There will be like a washer that looks like this on the back side. It's very similar to this. This is going to be on the back of the prop. When you put the prop on, you put this on. You're going to have one like this behind the prop. You'll remove that when you put the other one on. Other than that, that's all you got to do. Very simple. I'll have a B-Man. I will have a full shot when I call you after this. It's starting to really rain, you guys. So let's do this. I want to get this stuff inside. If they can get those ones floating around on Vancouver Island, out in the Strait of Juan de Fuca that are on fire, I'd be down at a steep discount. But here we go. I want to give this away. It's raining, you guys. Check the comments one more time. 49 unique commenters. This is for the prop, you guys. Here we go. Efren Marquez. Wouldn't be a giveaway without Efren winning. All right. Efren, are you still here, brother? I think that we should I need to make a shirt that says, "Let's go, Efren." Let's go, Brandon's old. We need "Let's go, Efren" for Jeff McCain. I want to say Jeff McCain had a custom-made lure that he was gifted by Shanka Lures that mentions Efren on it. I'm going to put the lures that you guys have won in the house real quick because I don't want you guys to get wet stuff. Efren, are you still on here? Efren? Efren's not here. Well, that'll be a first. All right, guys. I am going to 10 seconds. 10 seconds. You got about 4 more. All right. We're giving this away to the next person. We haven't had to do this for a while to perpetually keep this going, but all right, this is for the prop, you guys. Cheapest prop on Amazon. Misty Miller. I don't think you've ever won anything. All right, Misty. That is, that's great, Misty. Congratulations. Misty, I'm just going to put the prop back on the boat for the tournament. Is that okay, Misty, if we use that prop for the tournament? Since mine has some some stuff in it. Thank you. You're a sweetheart. Hey, it's not really raining that hard. Oh, is there someone going fishing right now? No. That would be idiotic. But seriously, Misty, congratulations. Wow. You've won a prop for your husband's boat. So, we're 2 hours in. We got it in. I know people are going to start dropping off, but I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. Giveaway in and giveaway out. It's a great time. I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate each and every one of you. And, we're trying to grow this thing. On a side note, we really want to do this tournament thing. It just seems like when we plan something, it doesn't matter where we put it. If we put it in the hub of where everybody lives, we still don't get the response that, it seems like it's there, but when it actually gets real, People can't come. And I don't know what to do about it. So what I think ultimately the people that are involved in this, we've kind of talked about it. We are basically focused in on doing something end of May, beginning of June in Wisconsin, and we're going to focus our energy on that. And that is the notice. So if this is something you're interested in, we're trying to put together the biggest event we can, and involving the biggest sponsors that we can get. There's potential for Harley Davidson to be a big sponsor of the event up in Wisconsin. People are working very hard at trying to figure out if we can pull that off. And that event most likely will be a benefit for the wounded warriors. Uh-oh. At any rate, if that's something that you're interested in as we move forward, and it's something that you're serious about, try and carve out some time. It's a very special cause, and it will be no doubt an incredible event. Thank you, Joe. Thank you guys very much. Oh, and the 37 of you that are still on, I will be doing the launch live. I will probably also be doing other live things as we're there. I'll probably do the meeting day live, but maybe not the meeting. I want to pay attention to that because I do have some questions. But I will be live on those days, and follow along. I will document every bit of this and try to make it as watchable for you guys as I can. And I look forward to having Steve with me. And, you know, ultimately, we're going to go have some fun, and we're going to do the best we can. I want to make you guys proud. But, you know, other than that, yeah, it's supposed to get wicked here. It's just sprinkling right now. Sassy Rainbow, you used to be one of my wife's students. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you, John. Ralph, have a great night. Congrats. Thank you, Brian. That's what we're going to do. Not enough. What are you talking about? I drank more than half of a pint of Fireball, Jeff. This was brand new at 6 o'clock. Thank you, Johnny. But here's the deal. Y'all, you were, if Mrs. Blackstock was your teacher, you're in the right place. But honestly, we are going to put in the best effort we can at the tournament. And like I said, I'm going to document every step of the process. I will probably go live during our 2 practice sessions on the 15th and 16th. I won't be putting any fish in the live well on those days. But I will definitely be online. I'll talk to you guys. I mean, good or bad. If we have a crap day, I'm going to let you know. If we have a great day, I'll still let you know. I'm just not going to talk about it a whole lot. But I definitely look forward to this event. Ooh, did you guys see that? I look forward to it, and I look forward to sharing it with you guys. And again, thank you very much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll see you guys in the future. Look forward to, I got a modification video coming out this week. I have a throttle issue that I'm going to document and put out hopefully by the weekend. And of course, I will document every step of what's happening with the Tarova and that top plate of the boat. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you very much. Take it easy.